Okay, so we're going to be working on some work for your chest specifically. So this section of your spine, thoracics. So when we're sitting down all day, we're kind of in a rounded position and we're pushing our lungs. So the ribs are caving in on top of the lungs and you can't breathe fully. So I'm going to take you into the opposite so that you can oxygenate your entire body. So we're going to get breath down into this area. And more importantly, I'm going to take you out of this slump position from reading your books into this really nice open position. Okay, so you're going to need 2 yoga mats at a minimum. Okay, if your yoga mats are very flimsy, you might want to use a bath towel as well, just to bulk them up a bit. On a bad day, so at the moment it's summertime and we're quite warm, which is great. But in the winter, you know, if your body is quite cold or you've been very tense, you would be better to be cautious here. Okay, so I've got my 2 yoga mats rolled up and I'm going to make a log. And then I'm going to need either some pillows or some blocks to catch my head. Now, I'm quite short. I'm very short. But if you're tall, or if you're taller than the length of your mats, you're going to need more mats, okay? Or just some more cushions. So slide your spine all the way down your log. Make sure that your head is happy. So you can catch your head on some blocks or some pillows. Okay, so 2 blocks is too high and 1 block is too low. So I'm just going to grab a cushion. So just play around with it until you get your own body sorted. Okay, so just make sure that you're happy. Okay, I'm going to keep my knees bent up. Otherwise, it's quite hard on my back. But you could do 1 knee bent up and then switch them as well if you want to get into the hip flexors. We'll worry about that later. Okay, so just lie here for a moment. There's a drop here, so my shoulders are going to drop down. Gravity's going to do the work here for me. If the drop is too much on your chest or on your shoulder, you can either stick a book under your arm like so, or get rid of one of your yoga mats. Okay, so you just need to be closer to the floor. If you've had an injury in one arm like that, this is where a block or a book is really handy, because the other arm might be okay, but the injured arm needs a little bit of help. So please do use some common sense. Okay, now in order to stop me rolling off the mat, you kind of need to engage the pelvic floor and the lower tummies. So just, again, breathing in nice and deeply, big inhales, expansion. And as you exhale through the nose, if you can, push, use the word push if you need to, push the belly into the spine. The lower abdominals and the pelvic floor will switch on for you. Okay, so big inhale, get the belly to rise. And as you exhale, big exhale through the nose, drawing the pelvic floor inwards and upwards. Now, if you're not sure where your pelvic floor are, think about walking into the sea and the sea is cold. Okay, you get that little lift internally. There, your pelvic floor. Arms, if this is too much, so I've got my arms like an aeroplane, like a wingspan, just move them down. Move them closer to your hips. The shoulders can still drop. There's still plenty of room there for the shoulders to drop. And I'm bringing the shoulder blades are coming together themselves. Okay, now I would suggest you stay here for quite some time, particularly if you're sitting down an awful lot. Like, so for instance, somebody who works 40 hours a week at a desk ideally would be sitting for 40 hours here. Okay, if you're okay to, and again, you can do a few with the arms here, here, whatever you like. Just move the arms around, have a little play. Back off at any moment if there's any tingling, anything weird going on. Okay, focus on your breathing. Big inhales, big exhales. And I would suggest that really you stay here for like a good 10 minutes if you can. And that would include moving the arms up and down. Think about the hands on a clock, you know, they would be moving. Ideally, if you can have a moment here with the arms overhead, great. If it's too much, work up to it. Okay, you can always have the arms out to the side like so, and then just turn the palms up and down. That's amazing for your shoulders. So just bringing in some movement. So gravity is doing the work here for you. Just play around. Anything you want is right. There's no right, there's no wrong. Just if you feel anything tingling, pins and needles, numbness, get out of there. Okay, you have gone way too far or held it too long. Now, the other thing with here is it's great to stay here for some time, like 5-10 minutes. I wouldn't recommend spending sort of like an hour because it's too much too soon. You could obviously work up to an hour, but you know, you want to take that in stages. Focus on breathing as deeply as you can. And if you need to, you could put a little book or some paper here across your tummy, and then you can feel it rising and you can feel it dropping. So just do whatever you need to do in this position. And after a little while there, you can spend longer than now. Just roll off your log, just come onto your side, bring your pillow for your head, curl up in a ball just to bring your back into a more recognizable shape, okay, just to give it a moment. And stay there for a moment and just breathe through it. Okay, now we're going to focus a little deeper and more specifically on the middle back. Okay, so upper middle back, right between the shoulder blades. Huge problem for everybody because of modern life. So turn your log this way. So it was sort of long ways along my back, and now I'm going to roll over it. Be cautious here, you might have that too bulky. You might need to go lower. I'm going to go in my middle back. Okay, just move my arms so you can see where I am. Okay, so sort of around my bra strap. And then I'm going to roll over it. My head is dropping, so I'm going to place a pillow here. Right? And then I'm going to take my arms. Once again, you can play around with the arms anywhere you like. You can do some shoulder mobility work here. Now this one is going to be harder on our backs because our backs are so locked up in modern life. So you might need to do this one for shorter times, but more frequently to get some movement into it. Watch out for the head as well. You know, if the head is crooked, just try and straighten it up and look at the ceiling. Or angle your TV so you can see the TV. And again, you can just really play with the shoulders, sort of bringing the elbows up and down like little chicken wings. That's a really nice one to do as well. Just let your body do whatever it wants to do. It will know intuitively what you want, how you feel. You can always just lie still with the arms overhead or to the side. Just really nice deep breaths. And just try and relax your body. If this is too hard, you know, if you're using something like a foam roller, that's going to be murder. It's just not going to work. So make sure that there's a bit of softness. So yoga mats are actually perfect. Nice deep breaths. And you can always move up or down the log as well. So, you know, you can go a little bit higher if you feel that's where you're locked up.
Okay, or go down, whichever. You can just move around. Just make sure that head is happy, back is happy. And this one as well, if you wanted to, if it's okay, bring the soles of the feet together like so. And just let your body open out. Try and straighten up your neck. And just relaxing into it. And when you're ready, take one last long deep inhale. Fill up completely, hold the fullness. And a nice big exhale. And just take your time coming out of this one because it's quite harsh, if you know what I mean. It's just a little bit harder because of modern life. Once again, just roll over, kick your log out of the way, roll up into a curled up fetus position. And just breathe here, just give your back a moment. And then slowly release it. Just take your time. Just come out of that one slowly. Okay, obviously you can stay there as long as you like. I just would be more cautious about that particular one going across rather than downwards. Okay, just give your back a wee mooch. Just anything you want. Hopefully you'll feel great after that. Okay, you can always, like I said, you could stay there longer. Just get everything moving again, shoulders. Bring your chin to your chest and just let your head hang down. And then rolling the head gently side to side. And then take your head back to center. Slowly bring it up. Take a big inhale, stretch, and exhale, and again, big inhale, and exhale, last one, big inhale, stretch, and exhale, bring your hands together, well done, you're finished for today, namaste, very nice, okay, good job, I hope you enjoyed that and I will see you again soon, okay, bye bye.